The gentleman replied, "My name is Bert, and I'm a native of New York, and I have dropped out of life, become a hippie, and has moved to this jungle." So as they discussed the commonalities and their hobbies and passion, they became common, and in a way they turned into a friendship. Roxanne Quimby asked the bird, "Sir, can you teach me beekeeping?" So this conversation led Roxanne into learning beekeeping. And in a few weeks' time, Roxanne was learning beekeeping, and she was imitating and replicating the same model into her own nearby here, her own place of living. And as time passed on and few weeks further passed, one day as Roxanne was collecting honey out of the bee waxes, she discovered and noticed a heap of wax lying there. As she looked at that heap of wax, she asked Bert, "Bert, what's this?" He just replied, "This heap of wax, which is waste and lying there, and it is keeping on accumulating." So Roxanne Quimby came up with a very interesting idea. And she said, "Hey Bert, when I was a young girl, I used to make candles." And she started reminiscing and remembering her childhood days when she used to make handmade candles. So this idea reflected and made Roxanne to think about it, and Bert was kind enough to give away the wax, the waste material. She took that heap of wax and brought them to her own place of residence. She cleaned it, she cleaned it, she melted it, and as it became cold, she made a beautiful piece of candle. That was handmade, that was unique, that was free of chemicals. She made few, she brought them into the market, and she just displayed that, and it was an immediate sell. People were really astonished to see a unique, handmade, a mother, a person in need, and a person who's obsessed with quality and excellence. When she does something or he does something, it's not something mediocre. So that idea and that selling gave Roxanne a new hope of life. And that new hope and new energy and enthusiasm gave her new ideas. That's why we say that small successes and small wins lead to new hopes and new ideas. Roxanne comes back and she brings in with more colors, with more designs, and eventually this business model keeps on developing and further you see progressing. As time passed on and as Roxanne used to go to the town to sell her products, she observed her neighbors. She observed other people selling other items on these stalls. What she found was that there are some people who were selling baby cloths. Roxanne discovered that these baby cloths which were being sold, the quality was very poor, the stitching was not good, and an idea came into her mind that why don't she start this as well? So with this idea, she comes back, and during the conversations, she talks with Bert, and Bert endorses her idea, said, "Why not?" So why not? And this question and this enthusiasm leads her to think what to do. She arranges a sewing machine. She arranges some cut pieces from the old market, and she sews few pieces of cloth. These few pieces of cloth turned to be a great business opportunity. One of her first customers is her own kids. She takes those pieces of cloth, gives them to her own twins, and she sews 2 extra, brings them to the market, and all of them are sold because they're unique, they're something special, high quality, and that gives Roxanne more energy. So she comes back with a higher level of energy, and with that energy comes more ideas, new designs, new fashion, new material, and new combinations. And she needed more people. So as Roxanne Quimby used to go to the town, she observed that there are some on the suburbs, on the outskirts of the town, there were some old houses, and in these old houses she observed some ladies sitting outside these houses, and they were welfare moms living on charity. They were sitting with their kids while the kids were playing. Some of them were sewing something and doing the households. So as Over a period of time, she had become friends with Roxanne. They have become good acquaintances. And here, an interesting idea comes, and Roxanne convinces them to join her entrepreneurial journey. And some of these ladies join her as workers, as people who are sewing cloths for her and making candles. So this journey proceeds further, and Roxanne Quimby keeps on observing. And as you get small successes, the capability to observe more increases. One day, Roxanne Quimby saw the birdhouses being sold in the market. And she said, hey, I can make much better. My design capability and my execution capability is much better. So Roxanne asked Bert, Bert, do you have a saw? And Bert had one. She got a free saw and cut pieces of wood and just used her hammer and nails and made one, and that was another big sell. So you see, as time passed on, Roxanne Quimby was able to see more and more ideas, and more ideas were converted into opportunities. And she needed more people. She kept on engaging more people, more ideas. Bert was there, and then something very interesting happened. It was winter, it was snowing, and it was winter, it's cold. And as they were making these products, and as they were making these various products, candles, birdhouses, and baby cloths, and her lips were dry. And as she was making something, as the wax, her wax-filled hands, as they touched her lips, she said, wow, lip balm. So she came up with a very interesting idea of lip balm. And what a wonder and surprise that she purchased an old book, and as she opened, she found a recipe to make lip balm. She got some peppermint, a small plate, and poured them and mixed them, got some small tins, packed them, and she brought them to the town, and that was another big sell. So Roxanne Quimby had diversified into many ideas, into many products. She had a lot of people working for her.